Hello and namaste everyone. Welcome to a new video on my YouTube channel, and today we will talk about KPIT Technologies. KPIT, what exactly does it do? What is its business line? Who are its top management? What is the revenue, its peer comparison, and towards the end we will conclude whether it is a fundamentally strong company or not. However, before we deep dive into the analysis, please remember one thing, it's a disclaimer. It is not any kind of investment advice. It is only for educational purpose, and in case you do plan to invest your money in its stocks, please do your own analysis and then only proceed ahead. Hello and namaste. My name is Anamika Rana and I am an accountant. So let's start with it. I have made a slideshow for y'all, which you will be able to see on the screen over here. Let's first start with what exactly is KPIT. So KPIT Technologies is a technology company which is engaged in computer programming, consultancy, and next generation technologies like artificial intelligence, embedded software, and digi solutions. Now I know you probably would not have been able to understand what exactly it is. So let's further understand what are the kind of solutions it provides. So first is advanced driver assistance systems, which basically aids in services like parking and all of the cars, autonomous driving, automotive open system architecture, vehicle diagnostics, and vehicle engineering and design. So if we have to summarize its business line, it's majorly three parts, which is AI, which is artificial intelligence, digital solutions, okay, and automotive technologies. I personally feel all of these three lines or three sectors are highly in demand, and from the future perspective they have a lot of scope as well. So that's about KPIT's business. Now let's understand about its management. Who are its leaders and all about them. So Mr. Ravi Pandit is the chairman of KPIT Technologies, and about his background. So Mr. Ravi has been working with KPIT since 1990. That basically means that today, like in 2021, he has 31 years plus of experience. His qualifications include master's degree in management from MIT Sloan School of Management. He is also a fellow member of the ICAI, which is Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. He is also an associate member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Then Mr. Kishore Patil is the MD, the CEO, and also the co-founder of KPIT. His experience again is same like Mr. Ravi, which is 31 plus years of experience. That means he also has been associated since 1990, and his qualification is he is a chartered accountant. Then Mr. Sachin Tikekar is the president and the co-founder of KPIT, and he has an experience of 28 plus years with KPIT. That's a big number, by the way. His qualifications are he is an MBA from Fox School of Business at Temple University. So I honestly feel, considering the kind of experience in the top management, I think it is a very good plus point, and I think management definitely gets 10 on 10 over here. Okay, now let's further on move towards the financials. Now one of the most important aspects over here to see is that if we compare the financials, the quarterly results of June 2018 versus June 2021, we see that the sales has been constantly increasing. In fact, the sales number in December 2018 were 140, and in June 2021 the latest quarter was 567. These all numbers are in crores. The operating profit has also been consistently increasing, that is from 30 to 98 in the latest quarter, and the OPM, which is operating profit margin percentage, has also, I would not say been increasing, but if we look at the trend, it has been pretty much stable and has been steadily increasing over the past couple of quarters. Now the good part about the revenue with KPIT is that if we split the entire revenue in terms of its geographical distribution, we see that USA has 42% of contribution towards its revenue, Europe has 41%, and ROW, which is rest of the world, has the remaining part, which is 17%. So we do see over here, the best part is that even in the worst case scenario, suppose one economy gets impacted, at least the other economy still will continue giving its revenue. Now let's further try to understand this one aspect, which is revenue by practice, which basically essentially means that out of all the service sectors which we earlier discussed, what is the contribution towards the revenue? So powertrain sector gives 39% of the revenue. ADAS, which is which we earlier discussed about, the autonomous driving solutions, contributes approximately 21%. The vehicle segment gives 11% and the remaining other segment gives 29%. If we speak about the vertical in terms of commercial and passenger vehicles, the good part is that passenger cars, which are steadily increasing over the years, is 77% of the contribution, and commercial vehicles is 22% and the remaining is 1%. I actually feel that revenue has been very well diversified, which actually reduces the risk on the numbers as well. A very important point, guys, I want to highlight over here is about the industry trend of the automotive industry, because till now we have realized that KPIT basically provides technology solutions in the automotive sector. So let's try to understand first that how well is this industry, the auto industry, going to perform in the near future. So the automotive industry saw a severe contraction of sales in H1 of FY20, followed by a steady recovery where the growth is now expected to be double digits in 2021. Okay, that is a great thing. We also see that if we talk about the forecast, then in Europe, remember that Europe was approximately 41% of its revenue. So we see in 2021, Europe is expected to lead the sales growth after 2 years of weak sales, which is a great news for KPIT, I personally feel. And also we see that forecasts indicate that globally new passenger car sales will increase by 15% and commercial vehicles by 16% in 2021. Now, I do realize that we are towards the second half of this year. However, given the numbers, we see that the contribution towards from the passenger vehicles and the commercial vehicles is pretty large and it has been growing. So that's a good sign that probably in the near future as well also it will continue to increase. So as far as the industry trend is concerned, I personally don't see any alarming point over here. In fact, the numbers indicate that it is going to grow in the near future as well. So now let's move down to shareholding pattern, that is what percentage of its shareholding is being held by different entities like the promoters, the publics and the other entities as well. So as far as the promoters are concerned, in the latest quarter of June 2021, it is approximately 40.41%. The public has majority of its shareholding, which is approximately 58.04%, and the remaining, which is held by the employee and the trust, is 1.82%. That means the majority of the shares is being held by the public. I don't think it's a great sign. However, again, this is not an alarming sign at the same time, because the promoters holding is approximately 40%, which is a good number. Okay, now another most important aspect is the financial ratios, the key ratios. So the good part is over here that the debt to equity ratio is nil, and even the cash to total assets ratio has increased to 41.7%. That's also a good number. Now let's move towards the financial ratios of KPIT Technologies. So let's talk about the PBDIT margin. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about the net profit margin straight away. So if we look at the numbers in the March 21 quarter, the net profit margin is 11.64%, which is fairly decent considering the fact that the economy was impacted by the pandemic and all. I think it's pretty decent. The ROE is 8.92%, which is again a drop from March 20. However, we do know the pandemic was there, so I think this drop is pretty justified in itself. The ROCE, which is return on capital employed, is 9.36, and the return on assets is 7.08, and debt to equity, which we discussed earlier, is 0, and the asset turnover ratio is 60.83. Now overall, if we look at all the financial ratios, I would not say they have been improving over the years. However, we do look at the fact that, as compared to March 18 versus March 2021, the ratios have improved a lot. However, if we compare to March 20 versus 21, of course they have gone down because of the pandemic being around. Now let's move to the next important part, which is the peer comparison. So over here I have taken two peer companies, which is KPIT versus Persistent and KPIT versus Tata Elxsi. I'm sure you guys have heard about these companies, so let's see how KPIT has performed in comparison to these particular companies. So if we look at KPIT versus Persistent, so as far as the share price is concerned, as on 14th of August 2021, the share price of KPIT Technologies is 332.40 compared to Tata Elxsi and Persistent, where it is 4329 and 3124.45. Based on these numbers, I personally feel KPIT has a long way to go, and personally I would love to invest. In fact, I have already invested the money in KPIT because as compared to Tata Elxsi and Persistent, I feel that KPIT can definitely grow a lot further in the near future, considering that the share price is not very high, and secondly the kind of revenue and all we have seen. I see that the revenue has a lot of potential in terms of its growth as well, and of course the industry it is a part of also has a lot of future potential. So if I have to conclude on KPIT, I do see there is a lot of scope, lot of untapped potential in terms of its share price, its revenue numbers, its future projections as well. Also the good part is that the future technologies, which is like AI and autonomous vehicles, have a lot of market demand in India and globally, and like we saw earlier as well in the revenue portion, that a lot of its services are given to the other countries like US and Europe as well. So I definitely feel that the business it is doing has a lot of scope. Financials are strong, management is superb, no doubt on the management, and I also see that KPIT is at par with its peers like Persistent and Tata Elxsi as well. ROCE is, by the way, 14%, which is I think great. So overall, if I have to put my money in KPIT, I will definitely do so, and like I earlier mentioned, I have already invested a small sum of money and I do plan to invest furthermore money based on technical analysis of the price movement. So that's it guys from KPIT's perspective. If you do have any kind of feedback or questions on this topic, drop them in the comment section below, and if you want me to make further videos on any particular company or industry for that matter, drop them in the comment section below. I'll be happy to make a video for you guys, and hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and in your network and your family members, and I will see you soon again. Take care. Namaste. Bye bye.